Welcome to week number 5 of EDUC 590 Supervision and Staff Development. We are on the final stretch now. This presentation will recap week number 4 in our flashback section. I will move on to outline this week's activity, which consists once again of a discussion forum and written reflection. Now that we are in the final stretch, I've been able to plan the rest of the course out and will fill you in on what's left. Week 4 flashback. Last week, I asked you to look at what the DPI has to say about licensure, remedial reading, the specialist, curriculum, and staff development. This can be some eye-opening information, but information that is important to know. An eye-opening moment for myself was the curriculum information. We always created curriculum maps, but I wasn't aware of the requirement with DPI that was associated with it. You watch some videos about professional development and synthesize the information there with that from the DPI in a discussion forum. The different perspectives were interesting to read, having teachers respond from the public sector, the private sector, and a CISA perspective. Many of you offered up some great ideas of professional development that you have participated in or know of. One opportunity that I know of is the EdCamp opportunity. These are becoming more and more popular. In the EdCamp opportunity, there is really no set agenda, and the teachers that attend come with their resources and create networking opportunities on things that matter to them at the present time. There is an EdCamp opportunity that's happening in Wausau on October 10th, which is sponsored by the National Council for Social Studies. And the best part about it is that it is free. I haven't personally attended an EdCamp, but know of those that have, and they have found it to be quite beneficial since it's applicable to what you are interested in, and the participants are the ones who drive what the whole day is about. The RTI boards proved to have some great discussions as well. I started a thread in the Cyber Cafe of online sites that I use to find new ideas and activities for our intervention time. Lastly, we looked at Chapter 18 of our text and you shared your thoughts in a written reflection. One of our first activities for this week is to read chapters 10 and 11 of our text. These chapters focus on the classroom. One chapter discusses print-rich classrooms and the other about differentiation. Your initial post, due Thursday, should center on what were the biggest ideas that resonated with you, ones that you connected with and felt were important to remember and implement in a classroom environment. The same procedure will be followed for this forum as for most of our other forums. There is a word count of 150 words, and you need to make sure to provide textual evidence to support your thoughts. Don't forget to reply to at least 2 other people. The discussion will end Sunday before midnight. Our other activity will be a written reflection. You'll find a folder under week number 5 that contains some reading material for you. One is an article, another is an excerpt from a chapter, and then the 2 other texts are full chapters from resources that I found. All of these surround the idea of leaders being the agent of change within education. A couple forums ago, a link was provided to the 21 responsibilities of the school leader with a brief explanation of each of the 21 different responsibilities. The reading that you will see in the folder is the complete chapter with more explanation as to those responsibilities. I also included an article entitled Habits of Mentally Tough People, as leaders are going to experience resistance at some point, and in order to stick with the vision and change that needs to happen, leaders need to be mentally tough so as not to feel defeated. This isn't necessarily focused on education, but just being mentally tough in general. All of these readings will support your reflection on being an agent of change. Here you will reflect on what from these pieces stuck with you, the connections that you can make to these ideas, and any aha moments that were brought to the forefront as a result of reading these texts. The reflection is due Sunday by 10. So, what do we have left to tackle in this course? We will continue to make our way through our best practices text and explore a little more about staff development. Then, we'll shift our focus to supervision in regards to the reading specialist administration role. And finally, don't forget about that decision maker interview. This is due at the end of the course, but as I mentioned, week number 8, our last week, will solely focus on this final assignment. The weather has been beautiful. We've lucked out and not had too many super cold days, but I hear about midweek we're going to see a little bit colder temperatures coming. So I hope you've enjoyed the weekend and you enjoy the beginning of the week and the rest of your week next week. Don't forget about the Packer game that's on Monday night. Green Bay Packers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Go Pack, go. All right, have a fantastic week. Bye.